Hi guys, I'm here doing a message to talk about the divine masculines. But before I get started, I want to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to the video. I would greatly appreciate it, and I would love that as well. And I also want to state that the messages I'm tuned in with and that I'm giving may or may not resonate. If they do, that is awesome. Drop a like in the description box below to let me know. But if they don't resonate, then you may have to pick a different reader. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But I'm going to give the reading as I got it. As I was meditating over the cards, I felt like the divine masculine is and has been on the brink of coming to the divine feminine fully and expressing his feelings, which is very, very hard for him to do. But he's at that point of where he is wanting to express his feelings, and it's getting harder for him to do that day by day. So he is right on the brink, and he is ready to speak it because he feels like he is losing the divine feminine, and he's ready to speak on it. He wants to show her how much he loves her. He wants to be open and honest, and he wants to take this relationship to a higher level. So we are going to jump into the reading. I already meditated over the cards, so we are going to talk about it and see what comes out. So here we will be asking how the divine masculine is viewing the divine feminine at this time. How is the divine masculine viewing the divine feminine? And we have the Knight of Cups. So he's basically viewing her as someone he is wanting to come toward. Someone he, again, is wanting to express his feelings. He's wanting to come in. He's wanting to come in now. He's wanting to really express his feelings to her. He wants her to know exactly how he feels. Basically, everything. As the divine masculine viewing the divine feminine. But this is what he's dealing with. This is the hard time that I was talking about, which is the Five of Swords. At times he fights it because of his past, things that he has went through. Is what basically keeps him conflicted. Past relationships, the past connections is why he's not so easy and so quick to speak about it. Okay, and the next questions we will ask is how the divine masculine is feeling at this time. How's the divine masculine feeling at this time? It's something, we have the Nine of Swords. It's something that he's stressing over because, again, he wants to express his feelings. He wants to tell her this is something he is constantly thinking about. He's really wanting to express his feelings to her, to tell her how he feels. He knows that she is the one for him, so he's wanting to tell her how he feels. I mean, he could even be thinking of the right words to say, thinking about telling her. How's he going to tell her? When can he tell her? And he could also be scared of the response that he may get from her. He don't know if he'll run her away or if she'll stay. So he's basically having a little anxiety about that as well. How's the divine masculine feeling at this time? How is the divine masculine feeling at this time? We have the Queen of Wands here. So, again, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is Leo, and I'm sorry I did not read off the energies here. We have Libra, Air, we have Libra, we have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and we have Air, Cancer, Pisces, and Gemini. But here we do have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is basically self-knowledge. It is self-fulfillment and transformation. It denotes power and self-assurance. So he's wanting to be sure. He wants to reassure himself that he can come to you. Basically, maybe gain up the confidence to come to you, because he has gained the knowledge that the Divine Feminine is the one for him, and he's really wanting to speak on this because he was scared to lose her. See what else we have here. The way the Divine Masculine feels. How does the Divine Masculine feel towards the Divine Feminine? How does the Divine Masculine feel? There we go. And then we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is basically about good news. It is also Aries, Sag, and Leo. So the Page of Wands is about, it's like a sense of adventure. It's also good news. So again, basically it's communication. He still wants to come to the Divine Feminine to express. It's all about communication here. Again, the Page of Wands is facing the Queen of Wands. He's wanting to bring her some type of good news, some news that will grow this connection with her, that will transform this connection with her. And he's wanting to do it passionately. Do I get one more for the way the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine feels toward the Divine Feminine? Again, there is a Death card. Like I was saying earlier, it's part of transformation. He's wanting to transform this connection. He's wanting to change. And as we see the horse right here, it's like he's wanting to come charging. And again, this Queen of Wands could be the Divine Feminine, because we have the Page of Wands going to the Queen of Wands with good news. And we also have the Death card, transformation, wanting change, wanting to move forward with the Divine Feminine. But the Divine Masculine also knows that it's one thing he needs to do. Now, the messages that I'm giving could only resonate for a few, so the specific people that I'm talking to, it could resonate with. And again, the horse is going towards the Page of Wands, who is going towards the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is all a part of transforming the relationship, bringing in good news, passionate news, and coming out of their head to be able to tell the Divine Feminine how they feel, and be confident in her to know that she's going to love him for who he is. We're going to get one more for the way the Divine Masculine is feeling towards the Divine Feminine. One more, that's too many. One more for the Divine Masculine. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Swords. Again, this is something he is in his head about. The Divine Masculine is staying in his head. Just like I said, it's something that is very hard for him to do because of his past. Things that's went on in his past, whether people have been abandoning, whether he spoke his feelings, and just like I said, the feminine abandoning, maybe didn't feel the same, but he is really in his head about telling the Divine Feminine how he feels. He's wanting to, but he is stuck in doing so. As the Divine Masculine feeling towards the Divine Feminine. And then we have the Hermit. He is really wanting to heal this connection. And he also feels like she heals him. This is Virgo, and or Taurus. So he's wanting to heal this connection. He's really wanting to shine the light. He also wants to shine the light on his life as well as the parts in his life that is unclear to him. So this can go a couple different ways. He wants to heal the connection, but he also wants to heal himself as well, so he can heal the connection. He wants to shine the light on himself, kind of maybe like self-introspection, self-analysis, to be able to heal this connection with the divine feminine. And he feels like if he brings her this news, it will heal the connection. But it's just like I said, it's something that he's in his head about. He's conflicted. At times he's unsure if it will heal, if she will stay, if she will go. We're gonna get one more. From the divine masculine to the divine feminine. From the divine masculine to the divine feminine. We have the Fool card. And so he's coming to a point where he is just willing to take a risk. He's willing to just take the risk to speak his feelings, coming into it with just no worries, just, because he's wanting a new beginning, so he's ready to take the risk and tell her how he feels. He's ready to just jump and take the risk. We're going to get one more. Divine masculine to what the divine masculine is feeling towards the divine feminine. See? Okay, here we go. See? We have the Eight of Wands. See? He's wanting to communicate his feelings. He's wanting progress within this connection. He is really willing to take this risk so the connection can progress. And he's really, really, really wanting to communicate his feelings. This could be a message. It could be face-to-face. But either way, he is willing to take the risk to communicate and to make this connection progress. Because he wants progression in this. And he knows that he is the main part of the progression. Divine masculine to the divine feminine. Have the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine. Okay. There's too many. We're going to get one more. I know I keep saying that, but this is the last one. I got to make it quick. Too many. One more. Divine masculine to. How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? Okay, here we go. We have the Four of Wands here. Now, so far we've been talking about the divine masculine stepping up and speaking about his feelings. Again, like I said, he is in his head about it because of his past. But he's, just like I said, he's coming to a point where he's just willing to take the risk. He's at a brink and he's willing to just take that risk and speak and communicate his feelings because he doesn't want to lose the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and he's ready for a new beginning with her. We have the Four of Wands here, which is Aries. The Four of Wands, it basically speaks of balance, structure, and harmony in the relationship, and that is what he's wanting. That is what he's wanting to progress to. It's also completion of life phases and cycles, and it actually positions you for a new beginning. So again, we have the Fool card here, and then we have the Four of Wands here. So again, like I said, he is really wanting a new beginning. He is really wanting this connection, relationship with the divine feminine to grow. He's wanting progression. He's wanting it passionately, and he's just wanting to take that risk. He really is wanting to take that risk. And tell her. And I feel like he is. Okay. So, we are going to clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot, and all decks that I use will be in the description box below. So right now we are going to clarify the Queen of Wands. I don't feel like I have to because everything resonates and goes within the reading, but we are going to. And then I'll pull in Fairy Oracle. And just send that. We're going to clarify the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Clarify the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Clarify the Queen of Wands. What is divine masculine to the divine feminine? Clarify the Queen of Wands. I actually kind of feel like that Queen of Wands is the divine feminine. Here we have the, let's see what we have here, the Queen of Pentacles. And again, this is the Sun and Moon Tarot that I'm using at this time. And just like I said, that every deck that I use, it will be in the description box below. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so what I get from this is that the divine masculine, and again, this is Earth, this is Virgo, is someone that is empathetic, pleasant, generous, and loyal. And her shield is adorned with flowers. So it's like he sees her loyalty, her generosity, and she is pleasant to him. And this could also be what he is, or how he is wanting to approach her as well. Generously. He wants to be loyal to her. He sees her loyalty, so he's wanting to be loyal to her. He's wanting to give her that, to reciprocate that. But as it been the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like he sees her loyalty. He feels like she is generous. And he knows that she's pleasant to him, takes care of her, but she is also about her pinnacle as well. Work related, independent, strong, and as you see, that ram will take the ram by the horns to get the job done. So here we are, next card out, we are going to clarify the Page of Wands. On the Space of Wands, we are going to clarify the Page of Wands. Clarify the Page of Wands for us. Clarify the Page of Wands. Clarify the Page of Wands. Okay. So, clarifying the Page of Wands, we have the Magician. Okay. Well, with the Divine Masculine, when we have the Magician card, which is clarifying the Page of Wands. I feel like with the Magician card, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I'm getting so many downloads right now at this time. The Divine Masculine is basically trying to manifest a way, think of a way to be able to bring in this good news, to be able to communicate this to the Divine Feminine. And just like I said, this guy is standing beside a fire. So he's already thought of the way to communicate to her, but he's just wanting to make sure of the way to come to her. This card is also linked with Mercury. It's associated with communication and timing as well. Just like I said, he is trying to create his will, confidence, and power to be able to do this, creating, manifesting when to do it, how to do it. But it is also a card to, how do I say this? It has an intuitive feelings for all aspects of communication. So he's basically trying to figure out a way to be able to communicate his feelings. And we're going to clarify the death card. Angel Spirits and Love. Why is the death card here? Angel Spirits and Love. Why is the death card here? Okay, so to clarify the death card, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, now with the Seven of Wands, it is Mars in Leo. It is faith and experiencing intuition. Again, it's about moving forward. It's about persevering, and it's about confrontation without compromise. It's about courage and being satisfied with success, even if it isn't the exact way you planned it to be. Okay, so we have the transformation wanting to change. So he's basically wanting to be successful in this transformation. He's basically, how do I say this? He's basically wanting to move forward, just like I said, without confrontation. He's wanting to make the change without confrontation, without feeling pressured, without, okay, well, if he tells the Divine Feminine, she's not going to leave, she's not going to run. He just wants her to know, and whenever he is ready to speak, if she'll be patient enough to wait until he is ready. He doesn't want to feel pressure in doing so, because he's already changing and going through a transformation within himself already. So he's trying to take the time out alone to be able to come to this transformation of change, to be able to have this courage and this success in speaking and changing that scarcity of not being able to speak his feelings to the Divine Feminine. Okay, now we are going to clarify the Eight of Swords. In the Spirits and Guides, why is the Eight of Swords here? Why is the Eight of Swords here? Okay. Here. Okay. Here to clarify the Eight of Swords, we have the Princess of Wands. Okay, the Princess of Wands is Earth of Fire. Playfulness and enthusiasm. Willing to try new things. Confronting the inner obstacles. Again, he's been in his head with the Eight of Swords. So for the Divine Feminine, he is wanting to come out of his head with the Princess of Wands. So he's basically, like I said, with the Death card and the Seven of Wands, he's basically going and changing himself on the inside to be able to come to her. He's finding the courage to do so. Okay, now we are going to clarify the Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? Spirit, angels, and guides. Why is the Hermit here? Spirit, angels, and guides. Why is the Hermit here? Okay. So, to clarify the Hermit card, we have the King of Cups. To clarify the Hermit card. Okay, here, one second. What is Spirit telling me? 1 second. We have the, okay, so we have the Hermit card being clarified by the King of Cups. The King of Cups in this deck is fire, water. It's faithful, it's all about faithful devotion and true love. And having their emotions under control. And I also take this as a sign of you want to be open. And that is, just like I said, as far as speaking his feelings to the Divine Feminine. He's wanting to be open. Just like I said, he's wanting change. He's wanting to do it. He's with the Magician card. He's trying to figure out the best time to do it. He doesn't want to feel pressured. he just wants to do it whenever he feels like he's gained the courage and he has the confidence to do it. Okay, so here with the King of Cups, he's wanting to be open to doing it. It's something different for him. He hasn't ever done. He's not a person to speak on his emotions every day, but he is coming to a point where he is coming out of that cycle and healing to be able to come to her openly and tell her how he's feeling. But when it happens, it may be unexpected for the Divine Feminine. It's also a card, the King of Cups is also a card of spontaneous actions. So we are going to come to the Fool card. Why is the Fool card here? Angel Spirits of Light. For the Fool card being clarified, we have it being clarified by the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is basically water and air. It talks about justice, righteousness, and truth. The butterfly symbolizes transformation and a deep level of consciousness. The mask held away from the face reveals sincerity and truthfulness. So he's coming to a point where, hold on one second, where he's wanting to take this risk towards a new beginning, and he's willing to take the mask off, because I feel like it has been an illusion where the Divine Masculine has been acting or put on a mask as though he is okay and as though he is strong, but in actuality he is not. So he is coming to a point where he's just going to take the risk for the Divine Feminine and take his mask off to be able to speak his truth to her. So with the butterflies, I feel like he is transforming. He's taking off his mask to be able to speak his feelings, his truth. Then we have the Eight of Wands, and I'm going to clarify it now. And the Spirits and Guides, why is the Eight of Wands here? And the Spirits and Guides, why is the Eight of Wands here? And the Spirits and Guides, why is the Eight of Wands here? We have the Eight of Wands being clarified by, hold on one second, the Two of Swords. Now the Two of Swords is Moon in Libra, okay? It basically talks about decisiveness and making choices. It's basically making a balanced choice between the two contradictory possibilities by finding the answers within. So he's basically trying to go within to be able to know and feel how to be able to communicate and how to be able to make progression in this connection. Again, here is about a whole lot of healing on the inside, and finding a way to be able to come to the Divine Feminine. Again, like I said, he is in his head. He is going through it to be able to come to the Divine Feminine to speak his feelings. This is an obstacle for him. It's something different, but he is working on it and he is willing to do it. I'm sorry guys, I got all this stuff in here. Okay, so we are going to clarify the Four of Wands. Let's see if I can get these to come over. Let's see here. Hold on guys. Alright. That way you can see it. I hope you can. Okay. I'm going to move these over. And just like I said, if it resonates, please like, share, or subscribe to let me know. I know this is not going to resonate with every single person out there. The things that I am picking up on could have already happened, or could be happening, or can happen in the future. I had done a reading for someone yesterday, and after I done that reading, that exact thing happened an hour later. So it could be something that, like I said before, could have already happened, could be happening now, or can happen in the future. But again, at this moment, I feel like the divine feminine is wanting to come out with the divine masculine, is wanting to come out with his emotions and is trying to find the best way to come to the divine feminine and tell her. But he is having a hard time because of the things that has happened to him in the past. Okay. So we're going to clarify the Four of Wands. Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why? Too many. Why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Okay, got it. Why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides, why is the Four of Wands here? Angel Spirits and Guides. Angel Spirits and Guides, why is it? There we go. We have the Lovers. So we have the Four of Wands. Hold on, guys. The Four of Wands being clarified by the Lovers. Okay, so with this Lovers card in the Sun and Moon Tarot, it is linked with Gemini. It's associated with arts and crafts. It basically represents relationships that are important for personal growth and development. So here everything, it appears in pairs. So the kids in it basically brings to my attention is like playfulness, curiosity, and then you have Cupid in the back who gives a blessing for passion and compassion. The open arch denotes unlimited potential and unrestrained feelings. So here again, the divine feminine gives the divine masculine balance. And with her, he feels like he's not so strained and so pressured with his feelings. And he feels like she will be patient and that she will wait on him to come to him. So he's trying to basically come and speak his truth so he doesn't lose her. And if you notice, she's holding the cup of her feelings and he has the sword of truth. So, and then Cupid is above him. So it basically, just like I was saying, it is him building the courage, the bravery, being open. And basically, just like I said, it's unlimited potential with the divine feminine. And it's unrestrained feelings. He knows that she doesn't hold her emotions back. And so he's coming to a point where he doesn't want to hold his back either. So he's coming out of that. And the Four of Wands is also the harmonious card as well. So he is going to be coming to the divine feminine very, very soon. He is on the brink, and he's been on the brink. And the more he holds it in, the more he's hurting by not telling her, and the more he's hurting her. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Victory card, the Six of Wands. So he's feeling like this connection with the divine feminine is a success, and he feels like he was rewarded with her, and he was basically given this special connection with her, and he doesn't want to run it, and he doesn't want to lose the divine feminine. And time is fluid and energies are fluid. So if I'm talking about the divine masculine, it can be a woman, it can be a man, and with the divine feminine, it can be a woman and it can be a man as well, whichever fits you. With this reading, just don't make the information fit if it's not for you. But again, I do hope that it resonates. And with you liking, sharing, subscribing, that would really let me know that it did resonate with people out there, and it would really help me grow my channel. And if you do have any ideas on what readings you would like for me to post, let me know. But before I go, I'm going to pull an angel fairy card. It is an oracle card. Sorry. Okay, so we are going to ask for Spirit's advice. Angel Spirits and Guides, what is your advice? Angel Spirits and Guides, what is your advice for the divine feminines? Angel Spirits and Guides, what is your advice for the divine feminines? Angel Spirits and Guides, what is your advice for the divine feminines? We have hope. So, it says hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. So, with the hope card, I feel like Spirit is sent to keep hope and to believe, and to know that this situation will turn out to be positive, and there is a beautiful outcome coming. There is a beautiful outcome with this situation, and it will blossom, and it will transform into the desired and into the passionate connection that it is meant to be. Because I do feel like the divine feminine and the divine masculine are meant to be together. I'm going to pull one more, and I will end the read. What is Spirit's advice? What is Spirit? Oops, too many. What is Spirit's advice? One more Spirit. Oops. And just like I was saying, I feel like the divine masculine and the divine feminine is meant to be. We have divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. I feel like this has also been divinely guided, especially with the Magician card we had. I feel like this has been divinely guided, and that he is also seeing that it is crystal clear that you are meant to be together. This is being guided by the divine. It's beautiful. It's passion. It's beauty. It's abundance. It's, clarity. It's transformation. It's in all positive ways. In this situation, and in this connection, it will be nothing but growth, passion, and positivity. Alright guys, just like I said, if you like this video, please like, share, or subscribe. All information will be in the description box below. And if you like my channel, I will be posting more videos in the future. And again, this is Love and Sunshine Tarot.